Last up for our news topics today, we have news and updates on the Quiet Place spin-off movie that they briefly talked about at CinemaCon last week. So Josh and I didn't get a chance to talk about this last week because it was on the last day of CinemaCon. We were finishing up coverage on Monday through Wednesday. We released our episode Thursday when everything else was happening. But they unveiled the new title for A Quiet Place, the spin-off. And I'm not going to lie, I wasn't uber interested in it, except for the director, who I'll talk about here in a little bit. But the name makes me more interested. The spinoff is set to be called A Quiet Place Day One. Okay, that title's perfect. I immediately know where you're taking the story of the origin of everything going on. We saw a little bit of it in A Quiet Place Part 2 of the world just going mad, the things, whatever we're calling them. It's implied that they're aliens, but we never get full explanation of what their origin is. So maybe that's the direction we take with this. That being said, I don't really want a full, okay, here's the exposition dump. These guys came from another planet that they conquered, a completely silent planet. Now they want to completely make our planet silent and wipe us all out. Like, I don't need a full exposition here, but I would like and would be fascinated with a movie where people realize, oh, silence is the only way to survive. Follow a new couple. As much as I like the Abbott family a lot in both movies, I think it's more interesting seeing the other families in the other parts of the world. I loved the implied universe that's set up right down to the very first A Quiet Place when Lee Abbott is on top of the silo and he's setting off a little flame, like a little beacon. The beacons are lit, and the Abbotts call for aid, so to speak. And you see off in the distance all these other beacons being lit, implying, okay, there are other people out there. We just don't communicate with them because it's not safe. It's safer to be in smaller groups and hunker down individually than have large gatherings where noise is easier to make and be a disturbance and cause attention to yourself. I think it'd be very interesting to see the early days of this, of a new family realizing, oh, we've got aliens with us now. And maybe it's picking and choosing certain elements from the original that's making me curious, but I would love it if we got a new family that doesn't have a baby, but they've got like a small toddler that's like 2 or 3 years old that doesn't fully comprehend the world around them that they need to take care of and be responsible for. That baby in that first one created such fascinating dramatic tension, and to a certain extent in the second one, just not as much for me, that I would really like to see that explored a little bit more with a new family, a new dynamic. Maybe it's just one person. Last of Us, this, I don't care. Or don't make it too Last of Us, because we're going to actually have a Last of Us TV show. I just love A Quiet Place universe a lot, and I'm really curious to see the direction that they go. I'm also super on board because of who John Krasinski picked to do the spinoff. John Krasinski, I believe, is still writing this movie, but he will not be directing it, which is fine. He'll might be busy doing some other projects, but we don't know that. It's just some speculation out there. Um, the guy doing this new Quiet Place spinoff is the same guy that did Nicolas Cage's Pig, which for those that didn't see it is honestly one of Nick Cage's best performances ever. I believe the director's name is Michael Sarnowski. He is a really talented director, and the style of Pig, while it's a very different movie than A Quiet Place, I could see the tone being very similar in a very somber, serious movie as a reflection on the power of grief and loss on an individual. That is a theme that fits for both Pig and A Quiet Place. Just cast Nicolas Cage, please. I would love to see Nicolas Cage as a broken, weary traveler that has lost his family to an alien and realizes, oh, there's really no hope out there. He's just a straggler going from day to day. I just want Nicolas Cage in more things. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent was great, and I hope it starts the Cage-essence, just like we're in the middle of the Brenda-essence with Brendan Fraser. I'm excited for this spinoff. I don't know if it'll be as good as the original. That being said, I don't need it to be. The original was just something really, really special, and I just want to continue to live in that world. Yes, it's a very heavy world, but I enjoy the dramatic tension that's built up. It's so well done. Granted, I didn't like the second one as much as the first, but with a fresh set of eyes, maybe this could bring new life to the franchise.